Welcome to I Drink Your Podcast, where we drink and talk about movies from 2007.
The fourth dimension will collapse upon itself, you stupid bitch.
Shut up, I'm a man and I know what's good for me.
Bountiful penis. Amen.
Boy, my ass is sore.
You can get pink eye from farting in a pillow?
Yeah, but you gotta be bare-assed.
I'm gonna invent a toothbrush for your butthole.
It does the trick.
Paddington Bear.
He's a homewrecker?
Yeah, he wrecks homes.
You are a murderer of love.
I drink your podcast. I drink it up.
Welcome back to another episode of I Drink Your Podcast. With me today is Emily. And I am Ben. And with us today are the wonderful cast members of When Cinephiles Attack. So happy to have them. Rashawn.
Hey.
Josh.
Hey.
Lacey.
Hello.
And Mela.
What it do?
Woo, guys, we are so excited to have all of you here with us today to talk about I Am Legend, which, if you are looking to watch it, which I highly recommend, it is available in America on HBO Max. So go check that out. But before we get started, Emily, what is in your glass today?
I had to do something pretty on theme, so I'm having Three Little Birds.
Oh,
you know, might as well go with something festive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a Thursday night before I go Friday back to school,
Yep.
so might as well have a nice cocktail for that.
Kids are about to watch a video tomorrow.
In a math class, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I poured myself a very nice glass of bourbon today. It's from my Four Roses collection because of the four beautiful roses of Cinephiles Attack being with us here today.
Oh.
So very excited. Oh, I've been looking forward to this for a while. So how about Cinephiles? What do you guys got in your glasses? Let's start with Mela.
I wish I needed to be more festive. I'm honestly drinking H2O because I feel like I've been drinking a lot. So I'm just keeping it easy breezy tonight with some quality H2O.
Okay.
Hey, Will Smith was on an island. There's
Right.
water around it.
There we go. That's exactly what I'm doing here.
Lacey, how about you?
I am having a Diet Dr. Pepper in honor of Dr. Robert Neville.
Come on.
Come on.
He was clearly on a diet too with how jacked he was looking.
Yeah.
Very, yes.
Lord have mercy.
That's right. Josh, what do you got?
I, too, am drinking clear, tasteless water because my co-host Rashawn has no taste.
Oh, wow.
God,
Okay.
yeah. Just getting into
This is
it.
early.
Yeah, we'll get into why that is the case in a little bit. Rashawn, do you have a drink
Hi,
that is a
Ben.
dig at Josh?
I was going to talk about the fucking movie, but fuck you, Josh. I'm drinking a vodka Red Bull because, you know, when you're fighting these dark seekers, you got to stay up all night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hell yeah.
And a little vodka because it's a little fun.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen When Cinephiles Attack. Rashawn, why don't you tell us what's been going on? What's new?
Yeah, so we've been jumping into a bunch of new episodes this past holiday season, Halloween and Thanksgiving, which is really fun for us. We did Halloween Kills and Midnight Mass. We did Eternals. So we've been going to the movies a lot.
Mhm.
And then we've started to do more showdown episodes. We just talked about all the Pixar movies, which, you know,
Yes.
is very cordial for the four of us. And we also, our most recent episode is The Muppets Christmas Carol. And that goes swimmingly, as you can imagine.
If you like the Muppets, you really want to make sure you tune in because Mela and Rashawn have a lot to share with you.
Mhm.
Really?
I'm getting dragged this episode.
Oh, I'm
You guys
excited.
remember what I said about my water and Rashawn.
We are 5 seconds in. Relax.
Seriously. I'm the only drunk one.
Well, Rashawn, you brought up your Pixar episode, which I listened to, and I got to take umbrage with Josh for saying that Woody as the best character is a layman's choice. That pissed me off, and especially since it was just a ploy because you were going to use Woody as an answer later in the episode.
Yeah, you saw that, Ben? Bullshit. You were calling bullshit right
That's
there.
right.
Uh-huh.
It's called mind games, baby.
Drink your water.
Well, Lacey, why don't you sell us on something that you watched recently? Convince Emily and I, who have very little time available in our days, to take that time and watch something that you enjoyed.
Okay, I have to talk about this movie. I saw it years and years ago, and I recently revisited it. It is a stop-motion animation claymation film called Mary and Max. And it's this black and white film with pops of red throughout. And it is about...
How have I not heard of this?
It's nowhere. It's like, it's very unknown, but it has Toni Collette and Philip Seymour Hoffman are the two voice actors in it, the lead voice actors in it. Eric Bana is in it. It's about this little girl named Mary who is kind of socially awkward, has a hard time fitting in, and it's about Max, who is a severely overweight and awkward individual who doesn't have a lot of friendships in the city. And they develop this friendship relationship via pen pal letters to each other. And, you know, someone like Max, who doesn't have a lot of socially beneficial advice, tries to help this little girl find herself and, you know, be more comfortable in her world and her surroundings. It's very sweet. It's very tragic. And I just like, it touched me very deeply. And if you're ever looking for eclectic animation, I'm your girl. And this one definitely
This is my shit.
checks the box. It's a good time.
Awesome.
Good. Like, seriously, that is exactly what I want to watch.
It's so good. It's so good. And it's so unexpected. I threw it on the first time just because I was like, what is this? The animation is kind of garish and stark, Tim Burton-esque, but not all the way ghoulish like Tim Burton.
Mm-hmm.
And it's captivating.
Cool. Well, I'm super excited to check that out.
Yeah, let me know if you watch it. Please
I
reach
will.
out.
Oh, 100%. It's going to happen. Okay, Mela.
Yeah.
What are you excited to see that's coming out soon?
Baby, we as cinephiles, we're all going to the theater on Thursday to watch Steven Spielberg's West Side Story.
Oh.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. I'm so fucking excited. West Side Story is one of my favorite musicals. And this one has actual brown people in it, like more so than the first one. So we love that. I'm just super excited. Like in the Heights, if you all heard me on that episode where I talked about it, it was Christmas morning to me. So this is going to be my birthday. I don't know. It's just something super special. I feel like I'm already just extremely pumped for it. And I feel like the reviews, I've tried to just read a little bit of the review and not too much where I don't spoil it. Because I just love going in blind to things. Even though it's West Side Story, we know what happens. But I don't want to know shit about it. I just want to go in and have a good time.
Is there any particular scene or song that you're really looking forward to?
I think the opening is always an opening to any musical for me is always the one. So that, but I think I'm just excited for the whole damn thing. Like the dancing, the prom, not the prom, but the school dance scene.
Mm-hmm.
Get me there. Transport me to Thursday already.
Well, we did watch I Am Legend this week, and one of the reasons we invited the Cinephiles on is because of Josh's significance that this movie has to him. So, Josh, why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Let me take you guys on a journey. Let me paint a picture.
Here we go.
My fucking line.
The year is, believe it or not, 2007.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Fairmont, Minnesota at the Fair Lake Cinema 5 local movie theater. Packed house, Friday night, nothing else to do. I Am Legend is playing. All 100 sticky seats are filled. The movie starts. I've never, and I'm also probably really hyping this up in hindsight in my nostalgia goggles. But I've never seen a movie, especially a movie with essentially one character for most of it, captivating an audience so successfully up until then in my life. Everyone was enraptured from start to finish. All the jokes landed, all the action hit. Everyone was crying at a scene I'm sure we'll talk about later. It was so overwhelming. I was like, when it finished, I was like, oh, I have to do this. I Am Legend is the movie that really enforced my desire and inspired me to move out to Los Angeles to be in films and work on films. And here we are today. And that's where I met these three yahoos.
So thanks to this movie, way to go.
Yeah. When Cinephiles Attack exists because of I Am Legend.
Oh shit. Rashawn, how do you feel about that?
Our new tagline.
I'm gonna just drink.
Now, when you say all the action scenes hit, that must mean that Rashawn was not in that audience.
Correct.
What did I walk into today?
For those who don't know, the Cinephiles did I Am Legend probably 8 or 9 months back and covered it very thoroughly. So this is going to serve as a bit of a companion piece to their episode. So I encourage everyone to go out and listen to that episode because this is going to build on a lot of the same discussions that they had in that one. But before we do that...
And bring up some conflicting ideas,
too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. No, it's me.
So this movie was directed by Francis Lawrence, who started off as a music video director before getting to direct Constantine with Keanu Reeves. He also went on to direct the final 3 Hunger Games movies, Water for Elephants, and Red Sparrow. This also stars Will Smith, and I'm not going to go through Will Smith's filmography. If you're listening to this podcast, you know who Will Smith is. He is a legend. So we're just going to move on. This movie also has Alice Braga, who was in one of my favorite movies ever, which is City of God. I love that film, and she's very good in this. And she's very good in that. I don't know how good she is in this. We'll get to that. And then the true star of this movie is Emma Thompson.
The fuck, man.
No, Emma Thompson has a very brief cameo in this movie, but the true star of this movie is the dog.
Absolutely.
Her name's Abby. But before we really dive into the movie, Emily, last week I gave you 3 things that this movie was about because you had never seen this movie.
Yeah, virus, dog, and New York City.
That's right. What did you think this movie was about?
So I actually have 2 synopses. I think that's the plural.
That works.
But one was before you even had given me those 3 hints. I just was like, I've seen the poster for this. And so literally the dog dies. Will Smith is lonely and shoots stuff because he's bored and sad. That's what I thought the movie was about before you gave me anything.
Okay.
When you gave me some information, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to like combine some things. And then I realized after I wrote it, I was kind of remembering different trailers of what Will Smith has been in prior movies, even though I've never seen like any of his movies. So Will Smith was left on Earth when humanity abandoned it, climate change and viruses and shit. So he was in a coma and he wakes up to the emptiness of the world and tries to build a life for himself on Broadway. A lone dog finds him and they bond, but it later dies and Will Smith gets super lonely and starts shooting stuff because he's depressed and bored. But later, he turns his pain into an incredible one-man show for no one.
Yo.
I want to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just off the poster of the movie, you knew the dog died?
Oh my God, of course.
Yeah.
He has a fucking gun. It's like an empty city. I knew it was going to be a sad moment. And of course, what are they going to do? They're going to kill the dog.
Yeah.
Nothing happened the way it was supposed to happen. 6 billion people on Earth when the infection hit. I'm a survivor living in New York City. I will be at the South Street Seaport every day at midday when the sun is highest in the sky.
Well, let's jump to the back of the DVD cover to get the official synopsis from the people who made this movie. They say somehow immune to an unstoppable, incurable virus, military virologist Robert Neville, played by Will Smith, is now the last human survivor in New York City, and maybe the world. But he is not alone. Mutant plague victims lurk in the shadows, watching Neville's every move, waiting for him to make a fatal mistake. Perhaps mankind's last, best hope, Neville is driven by only one remaining mission, to find an antidote using his own immune blood. But he knows he is outnumbered and quickly running out of time. What the fuck was that synopsis, guys?
I like Emily's better.
Why, thank you. I mean, it's accurate.
Yeah, but it's a little too accurate. Like, it gives away a lot of what's going on.
A lot.
Especially with the mutants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like that's a huge reveal part when the observation in the synopsis gives a lot away about how the infected behave, and they're, it's not just another zombie movie.
So, because I'm so new in like the film world, and maybe all of you have some insight for me, who writes like DVD, like the back of the cover summaries? Like, who does that?
It's got to be the marketing team at the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, so they don't know shit about anything.
That would be my guess. At best, they've all seen the movie. At worst, they were given their own synopsis or the script.
Or saw the trailer.
Gave it to an intern to do.
That's right.
Yeah, a marketing team.
This movie hits different now, as you guys talked about in your episode. Yeah. Because with COVID and the world being kind of moved indoors for a couple years, this idea of solitary living that's represented in this movie is something that we've all at least experienced on a micro level. But I guess my question is, like, if you were the last person on Earth, what crazy thing would you do?
I think personally, I'm of the mannequin disposition. I think him posting up mannequins and talking to them and giving them a life is right down my alley. Like, obviously, I think all of us would talk to any pets we had. We already all do that.
Yeah. That's normal.
But the mannequin thing is something I 100% would do. Because, I mean, I don't know, it gives you company and you can make up little backstories and flirt with one of them.
Take it to another level, and I would go to like an empty FedEx and I would print out pictures of people that I knew and then cut their faces out and put them on the mannequin.
That's psychotic.
I'm alone. Okay, I need friends. All my friends are dead. I want to look at them. I want to pretend they're here.
I would absolutely, like, because we're in LA, I would go to the LA library, which is huge, and I would fortress myself in, and I would just read. I would read every book until my time on Earth was through.
I think I'd spend that whole 100-minute movie trying to be friends with that fucking lion. I just
Simba,
come here. Look at my tattoo.
We're same.
Probably die at the end. Yeah,
you wouldn't die at the end. You would die in the first 10 minutes. No.
Okay, I honestly think that I probably would come up with a similar fortress idea, but just go and collect dogs and just like make my own little dog family of just like hundreds of animals, just surround myself with them. This is, of course, pretending we don't have like a mutating virus happening.
Right.
Well, it's weird. You guys all went with like you're going to build things or like form relationships or expand your mind. I just want to destroy shit. Like I want to see like an entire building collapse and just make that happen. You know.
Experiment with TNT.
That's right. I probably wouldn't last very long, but I got nothing to live for. One thing we do see him do within this movie is he spends a lot of time at a video store, which is something that I used to work at a video store. I miss video stores terribly, and the community that you were able to have with the patrons and the people there, like you were all on a common goal, searching for the movie you're going to watch on that Friday or Saturday night. He grabs Good Night and Good Luck. If I'm the last man on Earth, I'm not wasting my time watching Good Night and Good Luck. Like he went out of his way to grab that one.
I mean, going in alphabetical order. You would break your own code to avoid watching Good Night and Good Luck.
Is there not a movie that if you were in alphabetical order and you got to it, you'd be like, I think I'm good?
Yeah. Probably Something Borrowed.
Oh, absolutely. That movie's terrible.
You're fucking watching it.
You're watching it, Josh.
The world is still turning, baby. You're watching it.
The video store scene, though, I think is one of the better scenes in this movie. I'm going to say right now, I like this movie. I enjoyed it. It's got its problems in certain parts, and we'll get to that, but I do like this movie. And I like the stuff in the video store the most because it feels the most universally human, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that he it shows his disconnection from people, and the way that the mannequins are used in that way, I think is just phenomenal. But I'm gonna jump on you, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The last third of this movie's trash, and Rashawn said it on your podcast, and I completely agree with him.
Starting when from Sam's death?
No, because I like the scene after that where they're back at the video store, because I think that's one of the better scenes in the movie. It's pretty much when he starts driving his truck on the pier.
When the others show up.
When Anna and little boy
Ethan.
He's not important.
He is important.
How is he? He serves no purpose in this movie.
He literally doesn't serve anything. Like, he just shows up.
He's the future.
I mean, there is something to be said that he does represent the idea or the possibility that life can continue and the world can go on because there are young people still around.
I think you're reading into it.
So wait, I'm sorry. So then Anna and this little boy, because at this point they're the only three people that we know of. Anna and this little boy are gonna recreate the population. Is that?
I mean, no. I fucking hope not. I mean, I just mean if I can read into it, that the symbolism of having a little boy, not just Anna, is that it's a kid, it's youth, it's a future,
and it's mirroring his wife and his daughter. It's that emotional connection for him too, I think.
Plus, if there's no kid, we don't get that Shrek scene, baby. And what is this movie without that Shrek scene?
I think we could have had that without the kid anyway.
That's
seriously, though.
Yeah.
Don't think we needed
Shrek's
the kid.
just playing. Yeah.
But here's my problem. I also generally liked this movie up until about the same part where Ben was like, I hated this. I liked it up until Anna and Ethan showed up. Like, I was like, oh, this is interesting. We have people that are alive. I can't wait to see where this goes. And then I was like, okay, cool. We're just going to shove symbolism in your face the rest of the movie. And that's why I didn't like it. I felt like I was being force fed so much crap that I'm like, you could be a lot more subtle. And maybe this is 2007 and we're still trying to figure out how to treat our audience because our audience is stupid. But still, like, I went back and watched the first scene just because I loved the first scene of the movie so fucking much. It's so good.
That's so good.
And you know what? As he's driving his red car real fast, chasing the deer, there is a giant poster with a butterfly that says, God still loves us, or God will save us, or something. And I'm like, that seems pretty prominent. No idea what that means.
Lacey, does knowing that poster's there make you like the butterfly thing more at the end?
No. No, it's so blatant at the end. And like the weird little montage of quick cuts that we get of the tattoo and then on the window and his daughter's voice. It's just too much. It's too much.
Look, now that we're not on our podcast, I don't have to defend it as vehemently. I fully agree. It's a little too on the nose. But it's one of those situations where I feel bad because Alice Braga is a phenomenal actress, and she was basically turned into a vehicle for heavy-handed symbolism. To me, Anna isn't really even a fully formed character in the script. She does her best. She's great, and she has great chemistry with Will Smith. But that's what it is. She's there to drive home the butterfly line, which is a bummer.
Can I defend a little cheese, a little bit.
You love you some cheese.
If I may. I don't mind like heavy-handed symbolism when it's handled right. And I think they handle it like 75% right. There's the 25% that everyone's talking about with like the quick cuts, and if it had just been the shattering of the glass into a butterfly, I was like, oh, that's just kind of dope. I like it a little bit. But it goes like above and beyond to like drive it home. It's like, this movie's only a tight 90. Like, I got it.
Mhm.
I remember the beginning, and I remember her on the window of the helicopter. So I like the callback to the beginning and to his family's death. It's just like they just go like a bridge too far, maybe.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this on ours. I didn't listen to it because I didn't want to. I wanted to come into this episode fresh, so I didn't listen to it today. But I think I agree that like take out one or two of the, like, you don't need the tattoo, or you don't. There's like, you can remove one or two of the things, and like kind of Emily said, the audience is smart. We will get it.
Right.
Unless you're like me and totally missed the glass. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening until I read Wikipedia.
That took me a couple views. I didn't catch that on my first time, so you're not alone. As someone who watched the shit out of it, it was a couple views until I caught that too.
Oh, that the glass shattering is a butterfly?
Yeah.
What were y'all doing?
Staring at the Dark Seeker's
Staring
face.
at the guy smashing his face into
The Dark Seeker
glass.
going, me. Like, that's what I'm looking at.
Big ass butterfly, y'all.
That was a monarch. It was a goddamn butterfly.
Fucking
Mothra.
So one thing that I didn't and still don't understand is, who is Legend? Like, what does this title even mean? Who is it referring to?
I think it's about Will Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
His character or him?
His character.
His character.
Are you sure it's not him?
It's just Will Smith. He is a legend.
Yeah, it's just Will Smith.
Well, if he had not died and he had done the final narration, imagine the last line being "I am legend." I know it's the title of the movie, but like, drink, and also it's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about that. Can you explain that a bit more of why that would be so dope? Because
why are you so hesitant?
I don't know. I'm just like, the idea that you're narrating your own legend status seems a bit weird.
Well, it's a through line of, he's been narrating the whole movie. It's like the tapes that he's recording and all of his experiments and his findings. And I think to bring that around in the end, when he and Anna and homeboy get to the gate, you know, for him to finish out the film, it's like, you know, it's his blood, it's his discovery, and he is legend, and he's also Will Smith. Yeah.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the final thing that Anna says is, "We are his legend," right?
Oh,
no, that's the first.
The thing that she says in the voiceover when they get to the compound. Yeah.
My whole life watching this movie, I think it could be if it would have said, "And this is his legend," like if suddenly that little voice line torques it to, oh, this is Anna telling the story of Robert Neville to the rest of the survivors. This is his legend. This is how he got here. The "we are his legend" always never quite landed for me, and I've always wanted it to be just a little like, this is his legend. So the movie I Am Legend, we're following Robert in a first person perspective, but the voiceover then shifts to a third person perspective when she gets to the compound.
Mm-hmm. Rashawn, would you have accepted it if it was him talking into his recorder and talk like it's the last message maybe he ever recorded that's being played over them arriving at the compound? Would that have been enough for you? Because you say he should survive, and
yes.
I don't know about that.
Wait, why
That would
not?
have been heat.
Why shouldn't he survive?
Yeah.
I think it's more legendary to go out like sacrificing yourself than it is to just, you know, escape freely and be the person to pass on your own story.
Yeah, I guess just how he went out just doesn't track for me.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like in the middle, because I feel like there was room. There was room. Anna said there was room.
There's fucking
Ethan,
room.
move your
There's
ass.
fucking room.
He could have
He said
survived.
they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. That's his line. They're not going to stop.
But then, but they're
a
already in
grenade
that
will stop
thing.
them.
Yeah,
Not all of them.
they'll be fine. But I do agree with Ben, where it's like way more badass if you're like, take my blood, I'm out. Right? So I'm like, jumps in the pile of fucking dark seekers.
Gang, gang, let's go.
It happened so quick, his decision to like sacrifice himself, that I'm searching his eyes. I'm like, where you at, Big Willie? Like, I don't see this. I can talk to him like that. You don't know. And like, I just want to see that moment where he's like, because maybe like 15 minutes before that, he's like, I'm not leaving here. I have to finish this. I have to see this through. And I guess he does find the cure in that moment. But I would think that once he finds the cure, he's like, okay, let me shepherd it to Vermont. But
I think in a different movie, we would see him putting Anna and Ethan into the safe hole. And we would see a quick clip of him looking back and him seeing his wife and his daughter in there instead. And it just like a quick like wink to the audience of like, okay, I found the cure. I'm done. It's time to be with my family now.
Oh, like, you know, similar to like the whole breakfast scene where he's kind of like fucking weird in his head right now, which is not a bad thing. You know, he's seen some shit. He's been alone for 3 years, but yeah, I could believe that more.
I would have loved an acknowledgement of, but maybe he's just tired. Like, he's tired. That's it. He wants to be with his wife and kids. But
yeah.
Well, and we've already jumped to the ending, which there are two endings. There's the one that we get in the theatrical version, and then the one that is alternate, where one of the lead Dark Seeker shows up, takes his daughter or wife. I don't know if we want to like ascribe sociological connections to him, but
you all called her his mate, and I was like,
"That's his girl."
Is it?
I mean, in that alternate, they having mental sex or something. I don't know.
But why do you think they went with the theatrical version they did instead of the alternate version, which a lot of people who watch this movie say fits better tonally and thematically?
The alternate sucks. I just saw it today. I don't like it.
Elaborate on that, Mela. What didn't you like about it?
I feel like, okay, yes, by the time we're at the end, these Dark Seekers already have like a form of intelligence, and you're starting to see like they're about to turn this whole world out. But in the alternate ending, I feel like it's way too much. Like it's giving too much persona or humanity to these Dark Seekers that the whole movie didn't do. Like, we got little glimpses here and there, and you're like, oh shit, these people are starting to become way more humanized. And then once we reach the end, you're like, okay, we got it before they finally totally turned. But if it was the alternate ending, it just makes it seem like he was almost a little bit of the bad guy because he's stopping this whole community of people from doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that the point of the book?
Mm-hmm. That's the book that he's the legend in the book of he's a bad legend. He's sort of,
look at Josh, he's putting it all together.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too. I wanted to stay focused on the movie, but he is in the book. The legend is bad, and he is that legend.
Okay.
Oh, that's so cool.
Is he bad maliciously, or is he bad because he's...
To them.
Okay.
It's because, I mean, if you think about it, he's kidnapping them and doing experiments on them.
Right.
I totally agree with you, Mala, on the whole part about the movie doesn't show enough of how they're called Dark Seekers in the movie. Okay, I missed that. They have like personalities and they have like a community, and I totally missed all of that because I just saw The Last of Us with swarms of zombies all over people, and apparently they're not even zombies. So I just was really all over the place when I saw the alternate ending. Although I did like it more than him just like blowing himself up. You know, I thought it was a little bit more nuanced, but still not something I would want.
I don't think they do enough to set up that twist for a proper payoff at the end, which is why I think they went with what they did. If done properly, if the breadcrumbs were laid to that, I kind of would have fucked with it. So there's a movie in there maybe that got left on the editing room floor or got changed in rewrites that I think that alternate ending hits perfectly with, but the movie we were given does not vibe with it, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
It's also not as like badass blockbuster heroic than Will Smith jumping into a horde of vampires or zombies or infected. You know, he has that movie star moment where he sacrifices himself, and that's a lot more audience friendly, I guess.
We needed more Michael Bay moments.
A little bit.
Yeah, like a studio will fight for the ending we got way harder than...
Is that what happened in this case? Because I tried to find why they went with the theatrical over the alternate, and I could not find anything. Like, why film this alternate and finish the effects and have 2 complete scenes? Like, at one point, was this the end of the movie that we were supposed to get?
I've never known.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I don't know, because there's things like Get Out or Seven that are kind of a little more audience dictated, but this one I'm not sure about.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna drop a bomb on you guys. Are you ready? And I think I'm gonna make you like the theatrical ending more than you already do, Josh, because I know you like this movie. So I'm gonna throw this out there. I think Robert Neville dies when the car flips over.
Oh, shit. Okay, here we go.
He's on the pier. He flips the car. The lead monster comes in, and then we see the flash of light. Okay? I think that flash of light is him dying, not Anna saving him. And everything after that is him trying to come to terms with the unfinished business of his life, like getting over his survivor guilt for surviving when his family died, like, and then he's able to at the end make the choice to blow himself up because he's ready to move on because he's finally found the cure. Because everything in that third act is a little too convenient. How does Anna get him back to his apartment? How does he all of a sudden find this cure?
I mean, it does play into Lacey's idea of the symbolism of Anna and Ethan representing his wife and child. So it's a perfect little, woman, child. I mean, look, I don't hate it. As far as theories go, it holds up pretty well.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Let's hear it, Sean.
There's too much of the movie left for you to tell me that he's dead. You know what I mean? Like we're still on such a journey with him. Even though there's some, like, he has a fight with like this superhuman leader that there's no way he would have survived. So there's a lot in there to support this. But I do not support that.
I was actually about to use that fight to go with you, Rashawn, that's the least, because Neville went and got that ass whooping wholesale from Costco. He did not, he was not the winner of that fight. He got his ass beat. So if this is his, I mean, maybe that's the guilt version of his subconscious, if we're really going into it. But if I'm dreaming, if I'm on death's door and I'm dreaming, I'm beating that ass. You know what I mean?
Joshua.
I'm not letting him beat me up in my dead kid's room. I'm giving him the people's elbow.
I get that reference.
Does that make you like it more, Ben? Or are you just like, no, it's there. It's in the text.
I think it explains away a lot of the complaints of the third act. If you go with that representation of it, like, okay, him sacrificing himself, it makes a little more sense now because it's him moving on to the other side. If you take Anna as a representation of an angel, it kind of explains away the discussions of good versus evil that are had, and they're not shoehorned in anymore.
She does talk about God a lot.
She does.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
So is he in purgatory? Is he like on his way?
Yeah, I think it's that idea of going towards the light. Like he has that opportunity to either like rectify the things that he hasn't been able to do in his life, or let them overcome him, and he kind of goes to hell. So the demons attacking and all the fire is hell coming for him, and you've got Anna who's the angel trying to lead him towards the light.
It's loose. I don't get into religious allegories.
I don't hate it. I really don't.
I love religious allegories.
Of course you do.
I really do.
I
do. I just think there's so much room for interpretation, and I love just throwing something in your audience's lap and out the door and letting them kind of chew on it.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I didn't see any of that shit in this bin. So I'm gonna watch it again with that in mind, though, because that's really interesting.
If I can backtrack for a moment, I really quick while Rashawn was talking, because I didn't care, I looked it up.
You didn't care that I was talking, or you didn't care and you looked it up?
No, I didn't care that you were
Lacey,
talking.
go slap him.
The amount of times I want to do that while recording is the limit does not exist.
I picked a target when I opened up the webcam. According to the director Francis Lawrence, the original ending with Neville seeming like a bad guy, they did test audience, and his quote was intensely negative reactions to that ending.
Okay.
So,
we like our heroes, huh?
yeah. Especially, I mean, that was peak Will Smith, 2007. Like,
Yeah.
no way could he be like oh shit, I've been rooting for a bad guy Will Smith this whole time.
Sure.
Sort of thing.
Ben, is it time to move on to good, bad, and weird?
Yeah, let's dive into the good, bad, and weird. What are things that you think are just absolutely phenomenal about this movie? What's the good? And really focus on the good, Rashawn. I want to hear some good out of you.
I don't think I've been set up for victory here, so fuck y'all.
Well, we've already established from all of you on your original episode, Will Smith kills in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Everything about it, just like the nuances of how his face is showing his emotions, the way that he just moves himself and delivers his lines, from the comedy and just the trauma that he's facing, like absolutely incredible. And then you all love Abby. She's amazing.
She's the real star of the movie.
Which, as of I found the most recent article was about 9 months ago. She's still alive.
Wow.
She's 14 or 15.
Let's not talk about her continuing
Mortality.
to be alive, because I feel like at some point she's gonna die and I'm gonna cry my eyeballs out again. So
I really love the emotional building and pacing of this movie, especially the first 2/3. I think the tension and everything builds so well to that Abby death, which is the first punch in the gut. And then it doesn't even let you breathe, because then it gives you the second punch, which is the scene in the movie store where he's talking to her and he's like breaking down, and you realize how alone he is now.
Yeah, I wanted to, when we were talking about the movie store, I wanted to expand on both the first and the second, because Will Smith is one of the most charismatic actors of our generation, and like the mannequin scenes in the movie stores lets Will Smith at 100% capacity, especially the first one when he's joking around and he's able to bounce jokes off a mannequin and a dog. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Incredible. And then the please say hello to me scenes destroy me.
See, I agree with you, Josh, but I don't think it's 100%. I think this is one of the first times that he kind of takes his power and like dials it down a little bit. And like, because Men in Black Will Smith would be like, you know what I mean? And he's so dialed in to the tone of the movie while still just like sprinkling his power out. And it's so, before I saw King Richard, I would say this is his best performance ever. Because it's just so, he like filters his persona through an actual performance, where sometimes he's just like Will Smith and we fucking love it.
Sure.
I think I just realized I've only seen 2 Will Smith movies.
Oh, girl.
What's the other one?
Independence Day, and that was seen this year for the first time.
Same, girl.
Well, I went on a record on the most recent episode we just recorded of saying Will Smith is going to win the Oscar this year. So if you get a chance to see King Richard,
Hell yeah.
It's on HBO Max right now.
Set direction.
Okay.
Set design.
Holy
Excuse
shit.
me.
Yeah.
They actually use New York, right?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck does that?
People with a lot of money.
Well,
Yeah,
duh.
a lot of money.
Like, they were able to pull off some shit in this that you're like,
How?
Truly how?
Even just the design of his home is so well constructed and has personality that fits the movie, and the levels that they kind of set up, almost like Panic Room like, but not as not as unbroken. But it's just really well done, I think.
I feel like for a movie that was in 2007, a lot of it still holds up as far as looks wise. I mean, obviously some things are going to age. That's just technology. But watching it again, I'm like, this looks pretty damn good still. Like even the Dark Seekers, I feel like sometimes when you're watching a movie like this where they have these zombies or vampires or whatever the infected may be, they start looking corny after a while, but this still looks like a good mesh between human and other.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey?
I think the writing and the storytelling, especially in the first and second act, I think they do a really great job of giving us enough backstory in the flashbacks without revealing their hand too much, that the death of his wife and his daughter in the helicopter comes at such a blow. You know they're not around anymore, but you don't know how it happens or when it's coming. And they set all of that up so beautifully. And you have to, in writing the story, you have to negate dialogue a lot of the time because it's just your one character. So that's a testament to Will, I think. And I think it's a testament to what was written on the page as far as what's happening internally for his character.
And then also having the flashbacks kind of mirror and reflect what's happening in the present day story. I think they do that very effectively. Like the flashbacks are very well placed.
Instead of just lumping them all in one section, sprinkling them to kind of, because it makes it feel like Robert Neville's having these flashbacks, like we're experiencing them with him.
Yep.
Like, this reminds me of XYZ, and we're experiencing it with him at the same time. And this might be in someone else's bad or weird. I don't care. I fuck with the soundtrack. Bob Marley I think is the perfect tone for this movie. I fucking love it when he's blasting from the car, when he's playing it, Washing Sam. I fuck with it.
The Bob Marley song feels like a song that Will Smith needs a sample for a song that plays over the credits. That's what I was hoping for.
His soundtrack era is over.
Emily, do you have any good?
I mean, I already kind of talked about it, but I do have a favorite moment. I can't remember when it was, but I love all of the shots of the city when it's just quiet and still. But there is one in particular, I can't remember what moment, but the camera pulls back and just keeps pulling back along the street for a really, really long time. And like, I loved the opening shot where we're going over the buildings and Will Smith's car is revealed in the beginning. But that one where we're at his car and we're pulling back and we just keep going and it's just dead. It hit me pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just the weight of what was happening in the movie.
Okay. Rashawn, now it's your time to shine. Give me the bad.
Just everything after Sam dies. Delete.
Everything.
Everything?
Not everything. Just the arrival of Anna and Ethan. Just
You don't want Anna and Ethan, right? Is what it is.
I would prefer if they did not make it to the movie. Yes.
I prefer that as well.
They got lost somewhere in Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Or they made it to Vermont. Like, oh my God, congratulations. You made it to Vermont. And then Will meets them there.
Yeah, we've been on this journey for 80 minutes with Will Smith, right? And it's like, we don't need 10 more minutes with Anna and Ethan. We're good. He's got this.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like cheated that you like robbed of an ending with Will with Neville?
A little bit.
Yeah, I think he's strong enough that the finale, just like the first act, could have been next to wordless, and we still would have gotten most of that. Even keep the butterfly, keep the symbolism, but if it was just Will,
Right.
I will say this too, kind of with acknowledgement of the bad half or the bad third of the movie, in that to go from good to bad, the movie does a fantastic job of telling you how competent Neville is. Like, he's a military virologist. You see him working out. You see him doing equations. You see him fixing shit. Like, it does a great job of proving to you that
he wears glasses.
He wears glasses. That means he's smart.
That's right.
He eats vegetables in the morning. So like it tells you, and it makes you as an audience member be okay with the fact that he survived this long. You're like, he's clearly capable.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, and maybe, you know, if I could defend this more than I need to, maybe that just proves how thin his thread was, that Sam dying was the final snap, and that he lost it, but he gets so uncharacteristically thoughtless at the end with driving and with how he acts with Anna. It kind of sweeps under the rug all of this character building we've been doing with Neville up until this moment. Like, he survived his kids dying, he survived New York being empty, he survived lions and Darkseeker attacks, and now that he lost Sam, he's throwing all of his training out the window and all of his skills out the window, and it doesn't sit right. But to defend it, maybe that's what happened when Sam dies.
And I would prefer if this movie were, for its entire runtime, the story of a man and his dog, and that when Sam dies, he can die in that same spot. But then the last third of the movie should mirror the first third, where it's him going through the motions, last man on earth type stuff, where he's just doing things, but he's not finding joy in anything anymore because his dog's not there. And then he finds the cure, but oh well, there's no one there to save. So like, he finds his cure, and then just I want a bleak ending to this story. Like, I want Robert Neville to kill himself at the end, and that's it. And the I Am Legend is really just an ironic title because there is no legend to tell because there's no one around to hear it.
God damn.
Fuck. Okay, wait. Happy medium. What if he loses Sam, he loses all meaning, he loses any will to live, and he's about to off himself, and then he finds the cure, and it's like this dilemma, and he chooses to take it to Vermont.
How's he know about Vermont?
Because he wears glasses.
Rashawn's a writer, everyone.
When he finds a cure, he takes off his glasses in like disbelief, and then it cuts to the inside of the glasses, and it says "Made in Vermont," and he's like, "Wait."
My tangent. I don't mind Anna and Ethan. I especially love her performance in this, but the insert of both of them into the movie feels like a Hollywood like safe bet, and Will Smith up until this point has proven that he is captivating, and that we're along on this ride with him. And it kind of feels like a studio maybe be not trusting in their performer for the whole, not necessarily in Will Smith, because obviously Will Smith, but not trusting audiences to stay locked into one person for an entire 90 minutes.
So you don't mind them, but would you be okay if we got rid of them?
If it meant that it was just Will Smith focused the whole movie, yes. And I may be backtracking on what I said in our old episode, I don't know. But if it was just true, like a one-man movie, I think that is enthralling, fascinating.
Right.
Even if we can like shave off, we can afford to shave off like 10, 15 minutes, and him driving to the docks and just kind of wrecking shit, and then getting overpowered, and then driving back to his house, and we can still have the same finale. And he gets down to the basement and sees the cure as the Darkseekers are just like overpowering him, and then get the same ending.
Is the Shrek scene still in there if you do that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, good. In
Yeah,
fact,
yeah.
extend that. Make that 30 minutes of him just quoting Shrek.
Yeah. Tack on that 10 minutes
It's
weird
on
as
the
shit,
drive
though.
back to the house. He's just like, parfait. Who doesn't like parfait? You know, on the way home.
Just fully snapped.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that none of us found the Shrek part bad or weird. Like, I'm glad that we all
It's
are
all
like
the
on
great.
board with Shrek.
It's great.
I've got a weird, but for the Shrek. But we'll talk about that.
What?
Yeah.
I'm ready for weird. I'm ready to get weird.
Robert Neville, if he watches Shrek, that means he's seen Shark Tale. And that took me right out of the movie because it's like, oh, you've seen yourself in a movie. Like, it always bothers me when they put real movies within the same universe as fake movies.
I think that's a stupid point.
Oh, well, fuck you.
We love the energy.
No, I have some weird. Do they make Sam CGI a lot in this movie? Or is it just like minor moments? Because there were some weird uncanny valley for me, especially when he's hanging upside down in the trap. Was that a real dog, or was
a big
that
chunk of that scene? Anytime Sam fights, basically, to my knowledge, it's CGI, and that's kind of to tack on with. That's my weird is that scene too, and it kind of goes along with what I said in the bad is that they've shown how competent Sam is and how well Sam listens and how good of a team they are, and that scene just kind of seemed like messy and Neville didn't react properly and Sam didn't listen to Neville the way she usually does. And it felt a little forced in that like, oh, well, here, Sam's going to die now. Here he comes.
Mm-hmm.
They do kind of lay the groundwork for that earlier. When
I suppose you're right.
Sam runs into the building and doesn't listen to him.
That's a good point. Yeah, you're right.
It's because there were other dogs there.
Yeah.
She's lonely too.
My weird is just like how the alpha, I think I talked about this on our app, how the alpha Darkseeker looks. I fucking hate it.
Yes, you did.
What is
like Uncanny Valley, or
it's like Uncanny Valley, but also why is he ripped?
why are you attracted to him?
I didn't say that. It just looks like, why couldn't he just be a zombie? He doesn't have to look like Vin Diesel at all. Like he could.
And why is he wearing pants? Like if we're gonna see it, let's just see it.
See his dick. Let's just take it off.
Oh my god.
We're in company. Let me act nice. It's just
because we're polite company.
We're being polite here. No, I don't know. There's something about how it just seems very, again, that Hollywood thing where it's like, he's the leader. He needs to look ripped. And you're like, he's a vampire. Can he just look like not that? I don't know. Anything else but
having
having
like
a
skinny, but like he needs to be physically imposing to Will Smith. And after that treadmill scene, you're going to need some CGI to be physically imposing.
But that's the thing is like he's wearing a shirt, but it's like ripped open. He could still be a big guy and just have his shirt tucked in. I don't fucking know. It's just
tucked
weird.
In.
It's just weird. It's just
button up,
tucked in, belt on,
loafers snug.
Is this I Drink Your Podcast or Project Runway?
Next project.
Maybe the guy who was before he got infected was built, and that's why he's the alpha.
That's what I like always come to is like, I guess that's just how he looked before, but it's the shirt.
He was just really fucking hot before.
Yeah, it's New York. He was probably a model or a dancer,
right? And it's hot. He needs to cool off.
Like it's warm.
No, it's warm.
Their temperatures are also increased.
That's true.
We gotta have less clothing.
You know what? I love it. Forget it. Forget I said anything.
Okay, well then I do have some weird. I am not a big fan of Bob Marley, and the only reason I'm not a big fan of Bob Marley is because the song, the Three Birds song, the one that my drink is based off of, there are too many white women that get 3 birds tattooed on their ankles that I know that went to school with me. And so that is the reason why it was weird. I got taken right out of the movie. That is my problem. I know that is so out there, but fuck, I really struggled as he's holding Sam and I'm crying. But at the same time, I'm like, why are we singing this?
Alicia.
Why are we singing this one?
What's a better song for him to sing to his dying dog, Emily?
Oh, Shrek, give me Hallelujah. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say I'm a believer.
Smash Mouth.
Okay, maybe.
Well, let's put a bow on this thing. Josh, give me your just brief review of this movie.
I think it's a tour de force of an action drama starring Will Smith and only Will Smith.
Awesome. Mela?
Great movie if you're in the mood to watch Will Smith do his thing, see a loving relationship with him and his dog, but you gotta know that the dog does die and there's gonna be ripped otherworldly humans in it.
Let it go.
Lacey?
This movie gets a solid 8 special. I was saving those for a special occasion, strips of bacon.
Oh, delicious.
Ooh.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, yes.
Out of a pound. It doesn't...
I mean...
Oh, okay.
Are they thick cut? Are they normal? You know, who knows?
They're thick cut, baby.
That's right. Rashawn?
This is a tense, atmospheric, well-made film with a top 5 Will Smith performance that ends at an hour and 15 minutes.
Yes.
Wow. I do not want to follow Rashawn because he's good with words. So I'm just going to go ditto.
Tight. Nice.
I think it's 2/3 of a phenomenal movie. And if you accept my explanation of the last third, it's a full-on phenomenal movie.
Sure,
but you
Ben.
got to buy into my reasoning and what's happening. Emily, let's do a little Twits Light.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, here's our first question. Number 1. What incredibly terrible movie does Robert Neville rent to make him completely give up all hope on his research to save humanity?
Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Oh, yeah. What is it about Paul Blart that causes him to just lose hope?
I want to be very clear. I think Kevin James is a great guy.
He does not listen to our podcast. You don't have to worry.
Kev, this isn't personal. I think Robert Neville can't control himself. I think he has to know more. He's a scientist. He always wants to know more. So not only after he watches it, he's like, oh my God, what was that? But he goes and he finds out how much it grossed. And he's like, they spent that much on that? They don't deserve to come back.
Any others?
He accidentally grabs Scrooged.
Damn it, I was gonna say that one too.
You fucking started it. I'm finishing it. I am Will Smith after Sam's dead. I have nothing left.
What's the James Franco movie with the girls in it?
Oh, Spring Breakers.
Spring Breakers.
Spring Breakers. That's my answer.
Okay.
James Franco and cornrows. That's it.
Why are you acting suspicious?
Is that a quote? Are you quoting Spring Breakers?
Yes.
I am. That's a damn
Look
quote.
at all my shit. Look at all my shit.
Damn it. Bring it to the pod, you guys.
Do it if you bad.
I'll go with Freddy Got Fingered.
That's a good one.
I don't even know what that is. Do I look it up?
Seeing
Or
Tom
no?
Green in a starring vehicle is enough to make anyone lose hope.
Yeah.
Melanie, you're sticking with Scrooged?
Yeah, deadass.
Okay. Number two. This is my favorite because I'm so glad we brought it up. I would like you to describe the mannequin best friend for one of your co-hosts if they were alone for 3 years. And how did they become best friends?
Put your hand down, Josh.
Go ahead.
I would like to describe Mella's.
God damn it.
So she goes to Macy's. She goes to the big and tall section, specifically the tall section.
Mm-hmm.
There's them because there's some big dudes there, like yoked. Plops the one with the fairest skin. She's walking by. She's walking by a movie. She doesn't need to go to FedEx. She's walking by a movie theater. Perfect. There's cardboard cutouts of the movie theater. Shit. Captain America just came out. Fantastic. She grabs that Chris Evans cutout, cuts off the face, leaves the body naked. The reason that this is her best friend mannequin is because this Big and Tall was meant to also model pants, so there is a bit of a lump at the front. And she was able to paste Chris Evans' Captain America face onto the front of it.
Christmas is around the corner.
You did not.
I was asked a question. Yeah, they're not giving mannequins full penises, but he's got a lump.
Joshua.
You got the gun lump.
That's Mel's best friend.
I love this.
So it's the end of the world, and Lacey
Stop it. Just stop.
stops at the street. She parks her light blue Volkswagen Bug in front of the book. In front of the bookstore. You don't need a lot of space, you know? It's
No,
you
I
and
just
Ichabod.
hate that we've never discussed cars before, and you know what my dream car is. I hate you for it.
She goes into the last bookstore. There are books everywhere. It's dust. It's been abandoned. And in the farthest corner, the farthest reaches of the bookstore, she sees this mannequin. It's hunched over. It's crouched down at a book. It's wearing not rags, but they look like capes that kind of drape down to the floor. And she turns it around and has the face of fucking Andy Serkis. The last thing we see is Lacey looking out into the street, closing the bookstore door and locking it. I don't know what happens next. You guys tell me.
Fine. Reversal then. Rashawn goes to a Ross, goes straight to
Not
the kill.
a Ross dress for less. You have never seen me in a Ross, and you never will.
Not a Ross dress for less.
Straight to the kids section. Pulls
Oh my
out
goodness.
a size 4 overalls, a rainbow striped shirt, grabs a child-sized mannequin and dresses it as Chucky the doll and carries it around like his own little best friend for the rest of his life.
Oh my
Heidi ho, Heidi ho.
Not Heidi ho.
And every once in a while, he'll hold it up to his head and just whisper, "Wanna play?"
He's my friend till the end, you know?
Josh,
Yeah.
so you're hanging out. You're walking the railroads. You're hanging out. You're hanging out.
I'm a vagabond now.
A vagabond. Yeah, just out there. Backpack. Boots are
Handkerchief
crunching.
on a stick.
Yeah. And you hop onto a train. You're like, is that another person? And you're a little scared. He's behind the I don't know, the steering wheel of a train, whatever the fuck it is. And you're spooked. The controls. And you're like, what the fuck is this? It should just be me. And in the light of the sun, there's a glimmer. And you're like, you're looking at the rearview mirror of the train, by the way. You see a glimmer in the eye. It's a blue glimmer looking at you. You're like, oh, thank God, it's not a real person. You come around the corner, you see a soft. This mannequin, by the way, has hair. It's an aftershave, wigged up. It's one of those that I'm sure it was in like a 1990 stores where they put the wigs on them. What the fuck is this? And it's Baby Boy Blue Eyes, Chris Pine.
Chris Pine, baby. Of
Right
course
there.
it is. Of course.
Hands still on the steering wheel, so you pop him off.
The train.
You move him over onto the other seat where there's no steering wheel. You take a seat on his lap.
Oh, I sit on his lap.
Yeah. Because he can't move. He's a mannequin. So you pop the hands that are already like formed to drive the steering wheel, and you put them right on your thighs to give you a nice little loving grip. from Chris Pine, the mannequin.
and then the train goes choo choo, and then it cuts to black.
No, you say, I'm all aboard, and then it cuts to black.
Fuck.
Wow.
I love how everybody got their dream man, and I got fucking Chucky.
You loved it. You're upset.
You loved it.
You love him.
I'm not gonna sleep with him.
You say that now.
3 years is a long time, Rashawn.
You're right.
Okay! Game on! Game on! Game on!
Well, let's play a quick game before you go. I came up with a game today that is strictly for cinephiles, so you four are perfect for this one. It's called Castaway.
Oh, shit.
So the rules are I'm going to give you the year a movie comes out, followed by 8 of the 10 top billed cast members from the movie according to IMDb. Starting with the lowest billed and moving toward the top billed. If you can guess the movie after the year, you get 10 points. If you can guess it after the 8th build, you get 8 points, and so on and so forth until we get it. You get 1 guess per movie. So you need to be economical about it. You can't just throw out a bunch of guesses.
Josh.
Oh, God.
What?
And each game will have a theme, and this week's theme is Pronouns Are Legend. All of the movies will have pronouns in their title.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Emily, what's a pronoun?
I.
Good.
She.
No, you nailed it. I is good.
Her.
I is a pronoun.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one, 2006. Lance Armstrong. Bill Hader.
I know the scene you're talking about. What movie is it?
Amanda Detmer. Seth Rogen.
Josh.
Yes, Josh.
I Love You, Man?
It is not I Love You, Man. It's a good guess. Michael Douglas. Matt Dillon.
Oh, Rashawn.
Rashawn.
Stuck on You?
It is not Stuck on You.
Oh, fuck.
Kate Hudson. And top billed, Owen Wilson.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know if these two know.
I have no idea.
I have
3,
no clue.
2, 1. That is You, Me, and Dupree.
Yep.
Oh.
That was good.
I've never
I have
seen
no
that.
idea what that is.
If you couldn't tell by my face.
Yeah. 2004. Angela Grillo. Lily Tomlin. Dustin Hoffman.
Rashawn.
Oh, I know this movie.
Rashawn.
I Heart Huckabees?
That is correct.
Damn.
Damn it.
6 points for Rashawn.
Sheesh.
Next one. 2002. Brian Howe. James Brolin. Amy Adams. Natalie Bay. Martin Sheen. Christopher Walken.
What?
Tom Hanks.
Oh, Rashawn.
Rashawn, go ahead.
Catch Me If You Can.
That is correct. 2 points for Rashawn.
Yeah.
Catch Me If You Can.
This is not my game.
Next one, 1992. Biddy Schramm. Tracy Reiner. Megan Kavanaugh. Rosie O'Donnell.
What?
Madonna. Lori Petty.
Carmela?
Carmela.
A League of Their Own?
That is correct.
Nice.
3 points for Mella.
Madonna lost.
Okay, next one. 2011. Rashida Jones. Adam Scott, Peter Herman, Nick Sullivan, Emily Mortimer, Zoe Deschanel, Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, Rashawn?
Rashawn?
Zach and Mary make a porno?
Incorrect.
Ah.
Last one, top billed, Paul Rudd.
Josh,
go ahead.
is that Our Idiot Brother?
It is.
Oh my god.
Great pull. Good job. 1 point. They get easier as we go too. You'll find. Yeah.
Thank God.
Some of these are making me realize I didn't totally didn't remember Adam Scott was an Our Idiot Brother. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right.
No idea.
2006. Amanda Crew, Alexandra Breckenridge, Julie Haggerty, David Cross, Vinnie Jones, Channing Tatum, Laura Ramsey, Amanda Bynes.
Oh,
Lacey, good.
She's the man.
That's correct.
Yeah, I know.
The only one that mattered.
Amanda Bynes, I love you. I'm so glad you're doing well.
Okay, next one. 1998. Dave Chappelle, Heather Burns.
Josh,
Carmela.
I just gotta take a big.
Josh,
I gotta take a big swing. Is it You've Got Mail?
it is You've Got Mail.
Oh.
Great job.
Was that 8?
Seven points for Josh. Yep.
Damn.
I gotta beat Rashawn.
Rashawn and Josh are tied.
Okay, next one.
Is that what you're gonna say, Mel?
Yeah.
At 98, I had to take a swing with 98.
The year 2000. Robert Forster, Richard Jenkins, Chris Cooper, Gerard Mixon.
Josh, I'm afraid
Josh.
Rashawn's gonna get it. The only two. Oh, I shouldn't have said my name. Is it 2000? Is it Me, Myself, and Irene?
That's correct. 4 points.
Damn.
For Josh.
No, you just got to think of pronoun movies and then attach the years to them. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, next one. 2017. McKenna Grace.
Rashawn.
No,
Rashawn.
you son of,
Hi, Tonya.
That's correct.
you son of a bitch.
Okay,
Is that 8 points?
We're in the last one. That was 8 points.
Oh my god.
Last one. 1999. Kieran Culkin.
Oh, Carmela.
Anna Paquin. Carmela, go ahead.
Oh, wait. No, this is so wrong. The Good Son?
Oh, that is not correct.
No,
Such a good movie.
Anna Paquin. Kevin Pollak. Jodie Lynn O'Keefe. Paul Walker.
Rashawn.
Rashawn.
She's All That.
That's correct.
Damn it.
Great job. Final scores, Emily?
Well, what was Rashawn's points on that?
He got 4 points on that last one.
Oh my god.
He ran. He took it.
He got 20 points
Yeah.
compared to Josh's 14.
Okay.
And Melo's 3. And Lacey's 1.
I got it on the board. I'm proud of myself for being on the board.
I'm so proud of
Amanda
you.
They all
Bynes,
got on the
baby.
board.
That's
I
such
should
a
have just
good
pounced on
game.
that Me, Myself, Irene at 2000. Go with your gut, man.
That's right.
Listen to it.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Why don't you guys plug your show before you go? Any one of you.
Yeah, we this week we did the Muppet Christmas Carol. We have some really great Christmas episodes coming up. We're gonna have I Drink Your podcast back on our show. They just don't know it yet. Yeah, and we're coming to the end of the year, so we're definitely going to do a top 5, top 10 of the year, where we kind of list all of our favorite movies of the year and get ready for award season. So more showdowns coming, more guests. Thank you guys so much for having us. We love you guys so much.
Absolutely. Well, and before we go, we have a game that we are stealing from you guys, but putting a little twist on it. So at the end of your episodes, you kind of tease into your next one by doing the 6 Degrees of Separation game. Well, next week is our last movie of 2007 that we're doing. We're doing Atonement.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
So we're going to do a slight variation on your game, though. And what I want you to do is
making it harder.
I'm making it harder. So
Oh God.
instead of doing actors, you have to go director, actor, director, actor, director, actor until you connect them. And you cannot use a movie more than once.
Okay.
Or a movie series more than once, like a franchise. So what I want you to do is to connect Francis Lawrence, the director of I Am Legend, to Keira Knightley.
Okay. We'll try it solo. Might have to work together eventually here.
That's fine. Yep.
Yeah, you can work as a group.
I feel like The Hunger Games is a good jumping off point for Francis Lawrence with Woody and Stanley and Elizabeth
and Jennifer Lawrence.
I know all of them. And Jennifer Lawrence, who's she? And just kidding, JJ. Big ups.
Don't call her that.
Okay.
Elizabeth Banks in a movie. Okay, because I'm thinking of what, Rashawn?
Rashawn, do you think you have it?
I think I do.
Just do
Okay,
it.
let's
Take it away.
Let's hear it, Rashawn.
Wait, hold on. Keep talking, actually.
No.
No, you probably have it.
Because I don't know many directors of Keira Knightley, like who directed The Pirates, for example. I don't know that. I should, but I don't.
Gore Verbinski.
That's correct.
Classic
Oh, wait,
Gore.
we
You
have
know
to
why? My little sister would watch like the same Pirates movie over and over and over again, and I would always see right at the end it would just flash, and I'd be like, "Fuck this movie."
Okay, yeah, I think I do, actually.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. Francis Lawrence directed Jennifer Lawrence in Catching Fire, who was directed by Adam McKay in Don't Look Up.
Oh, a new release for your ass.
Okay.
And which then I have to go actor?
Yep.
I can't use that same movie, though.
Nope.
Someone who's acted for Adam McKay.
Okay.
Which, that's a lot of people, though.
I know,
Who
but
are
I
you-
had
who are you
I had like a direct.
Who are you looking for and Don't Look Up?
Oh,
Kate
okay.
Blanchett to Joe Wright and Hannah.
Adam
But I
McKay's
can't.
directed Will Ferrell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Steve Carell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Big Short, yeah.
Yeah. In The Big Short.
So then
So
you
now
have
you
to
need
get
someone
a
that's
direct
directed.
Steve Carell.
Yeah. Fuck. I thought I had it. Okay.
We need to get to Joe Wright, right?
Right.
Right. So
Joe
Joe
Wright.
Wright directed.
Joe Wright, right?
Right. Joe Wright directed the Peter Pan with Hugh Jackman. He did Hannah with Kate Blanchett. He did he's doing Cyrano with
Who did
Peter
Love Actually?
Dinklage.
Richard Curtis.
Richard Curtis? Yeah. Did he do anything else?
He did About Time with Rachel McAdams.
Oh, Will Ferrell there. But you have to do director. Huh?
I don't know the director of Eurovision though.
Yeah.
What about there's a movie, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World with Steve Carell and Keira Knightley.
Oh, and Keira Knightley's in it.
Can we just do that? Or we have to?
Yeah.
Do you know who directed
Wait,
it?
no.
Oh, that's Lorene Scafaria. Okay.
Yeah.
Except you can't use it twice.
Ben, you're a bitch.
Okay, this is amazing. I love this game.
I'm in hell.
Did you already use her?
This is awful.
It's 11:15 and I have to teach tomorrow, and I'm like, Ben, you fucker.
Here, I'll do this. Someone in a Hunger Games movie was in a Joe Wright movie.
What?
We got
It's that easy?
Yes.
We got We got Mahershala. We got Woody Harrelson. We got Elizabeth Banks.
Woody Harrelson. Or are you naming?
I'm naming Hunger Games people. Stanley Tucci.
And it's a Joe Wright movie I know Emily really loves.
The only two I've seen. It's got to be Pride and Prejudice then.
So which Hunger Games actor is in Pride and Prejudice?
Is it Finnick?
Donald Sutherland!
Oh, shit. Yeah.
That's correct.
Snow, right? Yeah.
Snow, and he's the dad in Pride and Prejudice, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
But wait, does that work? That doesn't work.
Sure it does. Why wouldn't it? Francis Lawrence directed Donald Sutherland in Hunger Games, who starred in Pride and Prejudice, that was directed by Joe Wright, who...
directed Keira Knightley in Atonement. You fully stumped us, so...
That's okay. Thank you for following us and listening to us this episode. We really appreciate your patronage. You can follow us at IDYP_podcast at Twitter and Instagram, or you can email us at idrinkyourpodcast@gmail.com. Please like, rate, subscribe, share us with a friend or two. Do the same for When Cinephiles Attack. They're a phenomenal podcast putting out great content every Monday, so check them out as well. You can find them anywhere you find your podcast.
Before we leave, Lacey, you got a single point. I'm so proud of you, but as a new tradition requires, the loser of our games get to bring out their inner Daniel Day-Lewis impression of saying, I drink your podcast, I drink it up.
Oh, no.
Please, Lacey, Daniel Day-Lewis impression, please.
This has not been a good episode for me. I don't want to do this. Okay.
I'll do it. Tag me in. Tag me in. I fucking love that movie.
I drink your podcast. I drink it up.
Nice. Yes. Amazing.
You're all wonderful, and we love you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, Cinephiles.
We love you guys.
Bye,
everybody. Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.